You come as the first speaker at my whole strategy session. And I think what delivered so perfectly was your energy that you brought to the room. I mean, I think at the beginning of a strat session, people are often anxious. They're worried about how serious this is going to get. And you came in and just kind of lit up the room. And I think you bring a sense of clarity and energy that was not only just palpable from your words, but also because your session was so interactive and you actually got people moving and instilled some good behaviors kind of right at the beginning. So that was very valuable.
Attractive or unusual or interesting?
Well, I think people always think about kind of work-life balance and thinking, I work hard and then I go home and I run and I spend time with my children. But I think what you brought, what I like about your thinking, is that you're bringing that balance kind of into the workplace and saying at every moment in time, take a break, take a deep breath. And the thing that also struck me and made everybody speak about it for the rest of our sessions was how if we get up together and we breathe together and we almost like align our breath, which aligns our kind of minds as well. So that was quite powerful.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning this. Huge believer in that. Well, it's actually also confirmed by science that when we do things together, especially movement and breathing that synchronizes our biological rhythms, then our brain waves also synchronize and we start thinking alike and thinking about collaboration more. So I'm glad that, you picked up on it. Do you think others picked up on that as well? Like what some of the feedback maybe you got from other people or what you observed after?
Well, even when you were not there, what our head of department eventually did when it was late afternoon and people were looking tired was say, hey, everybody, let's get up and take a few deep breaths, center ourselves. So people were, they started using the techniques. But I think, Angela, what interests me by the way that your mind works is that you bring the neuroscience, you bring that kind of, so people hear these things which they regard as almost leisure, exercise, fun, and then you bring the science into it, which then lands it in people's kind of brain in a different place, so that you associate. You should speak a bit to me and remind me of the threefold nature, that model that I loved when I first met you, was those three areas of your life, that the way you bring them together almost scientifically, that really lands for me.
Thank you for also mentioning that model. It's basically the connection between body, mind, and the work we do, how we end up functioning in the world, right? And I think what I noticed because of my background is that it's all connected. Like sometimes we just like put it, as you said, in different buckets. This is like exercise, this is like, our negotiation skills, or this is how we work, and we kind of approach them separately. But they're all together because we are one human being. Happens in our body, affects our mind, and that affects our work and people around us. And it's all like this continuous feedback loop. So that is so cool that you picked up on that. The psyche of leaders, and culture, that's actually what I'm passionate about. Also, sending this message that it doesn't have to be also like all immersive experience, and now we're going to transform our offices into some sort of health retreats. No, I'm also about small changes. It's like, okay, having a breathing session a couple of minutes before our meeting. Or having a corner in the small office where people could just do some stretches, and there's going to be like a banner. So it's more of a acceptable part of the culture, right? Those like small changes can really add up to bigger results and can change the way people think. And that can change a lot of things about decisions and what we do in the future of the company.
We're busy on a culture journey right now, and it would be great to have you back with all of our staff, possibly just going a little bit deeper as an inspiring speaker, but also seeing it as a methodology that we could embed in our culture and even in our physical spaces and the way we work.
Yeah, the physical spaces, design, you're so right. Spaces prompt us to behave in a certain way. And so space reminds us, triggers us, motivates us to move more, to be more mindful, to be more present, to have a certain kind of creative and strategic and long-term energy and thinking that that becomes a part of us even without us thinking or doing anything about that. And that has like really profound effects on shaping cultures and the way we do things. So yeah, thank you for being so insightful. Like, having this experience, uh, having a taste of it, who you'd recommend this, like what kind of maybe leaders, organizations, or for what purpose? Like if you were to give somebody a recommendation, or I would.
I've had the benefit of a couple of one-on-one sessions with you, which I found very insightful and very hard hitting, no small talk, just going straight to the point. And I've also experienced you as a speaker in front of 35 executives. Both of those worked really well. And I think I would do that again at any time. I'd recommend anyone to do that. But I do think sort of a almost like one-on-one coaching or one-on-one leadership work with leaders, either executive leaders or middle management leaders, could be quite powerful. And
Mhm.
I think you could bring a lot of good insights and inspiration to people, and tools, most importantly, actual tools you
Mhm.
can use in the workplace, and show some proper changes in culture, but also in, I'm sure it will have a huge impact on like the bottom line performance of the organization.